Hi everybody, my name is Em Kenning, and today I'm going to talk a little about Gibraltar and teach you some cool facts about it because it's a really cool country. So, Gibraltar is technically under, Gibraltar is not technically, what am I saying? Gibraltar is part of the United Kingdom, and it's on the south end of Spain in Andalusia. And it makes up one of the two pillars of Hercules, which are these really ancient, it was the ancient, end of the world. There was this myth that there were actual pillars there, and it said non plus ultra on it. There's nothing past here. Because it's the very bottom of Spain and the very top of Africa, and they make this little strait in between them, and that's called the Pillars of Hercules. And Gibraltar, and specifically the Rock of Gibraltar, make up one half of that. And I was there, a couple weeks ago now, which is really sad because that means that I'm back in school, and I don't want to be back in school when I could be in Andalusia, in Spain, in Gibraltar. Technically, I was in Marbella, but I was there with some friends, and we took a day trip to Gibraltar, which was really fun. And we went up the mountain and saw all these really cute monkeys. Technically they're rock apes, but they were so cute. I loved all of them. They were little darlings. We named one of them Thomas Jefferson. We took a selfie with him, and he was super cool. And but the Rock of Gibraltar is a really big portion of Gibraltar itself. But it was really weird to go in there because we were driving in from Spain, right? So everything's Spain, everyone, oh, so much Spanish, and then you drive through customs, give them your passports, they're like, okay, go. You drive in, and then it's like England. It's England. All the street names are, really English names. There was, a Churchill Road and stuff. There were, pubs and stuff. They had the, ER2 on, everything, on their mailbox. Their phone booths were just like London phone booths, the ones that you always see, the red ones. And my friend Caroline, who was there, she's actually studying abroad in London right now, and she was saying that it felt like going to Epcot and going to the London area of that place because it was so warm and there was the ocean right there and it was so sunny, but everything was still so English. And so that was a weird experience. Really enjoyable one, though. It was quite fun, but kind of weird. Sorry, I have hair everywhere. And I'm trying to think of what else we did in Gibraltar. Oh, here's a tip for you guys. If you're going to Gibraltar, don't try and drive in and park, because it's impossible. We spent at least half an hour just driving around trying to find a place to park because Gibraltar is so small that you bring a car in there and there's no room. It was awful. We ended up talking to this construction worker, and he managed to hold back traffic so we could back up into this little space that he had found for us, and it was, gosh, it was quite the adventure. My word. Ugh. But sorry. But all in all, really fun. I really enjoyed Gibraltar, and it was super cool, minus that, that whole, parking debacle that we were going insane over. Everyone in that car was losing their minds. It was awful. We were all ready to, die. I had one of my fans with me because, it was just so hot. We just couldn't handle it, and because you're in a car, the sun's beating down, you're in there for so long, it was park in Spain and walk over. That's my advice to you, because that's possible. Lots of people are doing that, and that's what you really should do. And yeah, it was really fun, and I really enjoyed it, and you guys should definitely all go to Gibraltar if you ever have the chance. I don't assume that you guys do, because I'm aware that I'm living a pretty extraordinary life right now, with all these opportunities that are open to me, and I know that not everybody has them. So if you do have the chance, if you can do it, you definitely should. If you can't, I feel you on that, because this is a really new experience to me, that I can do all these things, and that I don't just stay at home. I mean, I stay at home a lot anyway. I'm kind of a homebody, so, you know. But I take my vacations, and that's what I do. Sorry, I've got hair, and it's everywhere, and it's curly, and it's a mess. Sorry. I should probably, like, put it up or something, but it's too late now. So, in light of the fact that I think Gibraltar is one of the coolest things, one of the coolest places that I've been to, I've been to a lot of cool places, though. I've gotten very lucky about that, so I'm gonna say that it's one of the coolest places, like, everywhere that I talk about. But Gibraltar was super cool, and I realized while I was there, that I know nothing about Gibraltar. Like, I didn't know it existed until I was going there, because my friend knew about it, and she said, let's go to Gibraltar, and we were like, okay, what's Gibraltar? And then we went, and it was super fun. But I realized I didn't know anything about it, so I'm just gonna, like, tell you some cool facts about Gibraltar, because it's super awesome. So, not in any particular order, here are 10 really cool facts about Gibraltar. Number 1, there are tunnels in the Rock of Gibraltar, and they were carved over, like, 18th century, I think, was when a lot of them were. But I know that they are twice as long as all the roads in Gibraltar. So the tunnels are 34 miles long, and the roads are half that, or roughly half that, which is astounding to me. Second, number 2, the Umayyad invasion of Spain, which happened in the 700s, they came into Spain through Gibraltar. That was sort of the entry point, which is why Gibraltar has that name. I'll talk about that later. Number 3, there's a Moorish castle that's built there by those invading forces, and it's been there, you know, since the 700s, and I don't know when they started using it as this, but it was used as a jail. It was the official jail of Gibraltar until 2010, when they finally moved it out of the castle. Number 4, 40% of Gibraltar is a nature reserve, and Gibraltar is 2.6 square miles. Number 5, so there's a cave and a cave system in there, and it's super cool, and the next couple facts are going to be related to St. Michael's Cave and that whole system, because there's another cave system, but I didn't get there, and I only got to St. Michael's. But people used to, like, have picnics, get married in there, and people would have duels in St. Michael's Cave. Like, that's where you would go for your duels. So, that's cool. Number 6, that same cave system. A colonel went in there to, like, explore it and try and find the absolute depths of it, and he got lost, and he just disappeared in there, and no one ever saw him again. And people, like, went in and searched there many, many times, first to try and find him, and later try and find his remains, and no one ever found his remains. And they've, like, searched the entirety of that cave, which is really cool, and brings me to point number 7, which is that Gibraltar's caves, this one, was known to the ancient Greeks, and they thought it was bottomless and an entrance to the underworld because it was part of the Gates of Hercules, which is super cool. Number 8, I told you Gibraltar got its name from the Umayyad forces. The Umayyad forces. That's the name. And it was originally called Gibraltar. You know, let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sure I'm not. I don't actually speak Arabic. I want to, but I don't. And, here. And so, Gibraltar was named after the commander who, you know, invaded Spain, and his name was Tariq ibn Zayd. Number 9, there are, you know, the city has its own coat of arms, and it's the same coat of arms as Isabella of Castile, and she granted them to Gibraltar when Spain took it back from the Moorish forces that still held it. So this was in the 15th century, from like the 700s to the 15th century. This area of Spain was, like, held by the Moorish Empire, and it was Muslim. There's still plenty of Muslims in the area, too, because of that. And in the 15th century, Spaniards who were up north came down and took it, and they were like, this is ours. And then she gave the city her personal coat of arms. And then number 10, the entirety of Gibraltar was evacuated in May of 1940 because Great Britain was, you know, concerned about their safety in, you know, the World War II environment that was all around them. So there's 10 cool facts about Gibraltar, not in any particular order, and I think that it was a really, really cool experience, and if you guys ever get the chance to go, you definitely should, because it is so worth it. It's absolutely beautiful there. All the trees and stuff on the rock, and just when you take the cable car up, you can just look out over all of Gibraltar, and it's so beautiful. And then if you get to the Gates of Hercules, it's just mind-blowing to stand there and very clearly see, like, oh, that's Africa over there. Just right there. That's Africa, and I'm in Europe, and I can see a different continent. That's so cool, and I really, oh my gosh, it blew my mind while I was standing there. It was ridiculous in the most wonderful way. Like, my word. Gibraltar is really, really cool, and not enough people know about it or know enough about it. I myself don't know enough about it. I'm still learning more about it. I'm admittedly just on Wikipedia for right now, but you know, you gotta start somewhere, and that place has references and stuff all set up, but it's really, really cool, and I'm glad that I got to share some of it with you and share a little bit of what's super cool about Gibraltar. So that's all I have for you today. You know, leave a comment, you know, like, if you enjoyed this video. If you hit subscribe, you get to keep up with my adventures. I've got some cool videos always coming. They're gonna be pretty fun, and I think it'll be fun if you guys come hang out with me. So that's all, and I'll see you later. Bye!
This monkey stole our potato chips and now he's eating them. It's a good time.